Hi, Dirk Fraser here from ColdstreamRodshop. A little bit of different things happened this past week at the shop here. Didn't get a whole lot of work done on the 40 Plymouth, but what happened was that we sold the 73 MG Midget and we went on a road trip. So one of the things we had to do was do a couple cleanup stuff on the Midget, put the top on it, get all the parts together. And then on the road trip, there was a ton of parts that were left over from the 5-window coupe project, which were piled on top of the front of the sedan. We were able to put those in the back of the truck, take those back to the owner at the same time. And then I was finally able to rearrange the garage over here to get some space. So we were kind of limited on space over here for that for quite a while. So anyways, I'm going to walk you through what we picked up on the way because we got some neat stuff. This camera lady wanted to follow me. We towed the Midget back basically to where it came from for all intents and purposes, which was about 7 or 8 years ago. And then I picked up, I might have mentioned it probably quite a while back, but we picked up a 292 Y block that was completely rebuilt. It's just a 2-barrel engine, but it's completely rebuilt top to end. So instead of us basically rebuilding the 292 that we had in our Roadster, I actually traded some labor for this engine. So right now I got to get this off of the back of the truck and into the shop, but that'll be
And what vehicle
later.
is it for?
It's for the camera lady's 32 Roadster is what it's going for. What we'll do is I've got some different exhaust manifolds. We've got a 4-barrel intake for it. We're going to do a little bit of work to it. I've got to change over the oil pan. The oil pan on this passenger car 292 has got the sump in the front. The one that we have over in the Roadster has actually got a sump in the back, so it's a truck one. So I'll have to change the oil pan over, the intake manifold, and the exhaust manifolds before we stick it in the camera lady's 32 Roadster. So come on inside and I'll show you some of the other stuff. Oh, we picked up an early Ford rear end. That's going to go on the International Roadster. Got that from the owner. And then inside, we picked up a whole bunch of different lathe tooling and boxes of reamers and fittings and stuff. The camera lady's uncle used to run a farm shop, basically repaired all kinds of old farm equipment and that. And there was a bunch of tooling left over, so when we went back to Ontario, we picked that stuff up. We've got the cabinets here. Got another cabinet on the ground here. Bunch of adjustable reamers, which are really neat. I think I'm going to keep the adjustable reamers. Bunch of fittings. Got a massive amount of drills and reamers over here. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with a 2-inch reamer, but I guess what I promised to do is find a home for it. A bunch of small ones. And what else? Oh, over here we got an electric. Oh, we're playing the obstacle course here with the camera lady. Got an electric die grinder. I know most of the stuff is pneumatic these days, but this thing still works. I'll keep that. A couple pipe expanders. These are Y-block manifolds for dual exhaust, so I'm going to see if these will fit on the Roadster. If we have clearance, what I might do is use these instead of making the headers up, but that's yet to be determined. So anyway, I couldn't turn these down as a possibility. It's a little bit less work. Then over here we've got boxes of drills, like some massive Morris taper drills. Couldn't really turn them down. More than likely we'll find a home for these. I will keep some of them. Some of them are as big as 2 inches. That old tool steel, you can't get good stuff. So like I said, I'm going to go through some of this. I'm going to keep some of the small stuff myself. I've got a couple friends that have big lathes and a machine shop, so we'll find a home for these. And then over here, I guess I'll tell you what we did on the Plymouth. Before we left on the trip, which was kind of, it was somewhat planned, but once the deal came together, basically we put the Midget on the trailer and then off we went. So what I did on the Plymouth, there was one section down here on the quarter panel, which looked as though it was a very simple repair. But much like the back sections that we got, I cut this section out here. We've got some pictures. I think we're going to try and put a few pictures on this video just to show what's going on. But essentially, I cut this away, and then actually this sill and everything else up underneath was gone as well. So that took about, I think, a day and a half or so to get that done, and then we were on the road. What we'll be doing next, though, just like I said on the last video, I'm going to carry on with the rest of the repairs on it. So I'm going to move over to this side, which there's actually less rust, but I put my finger up in the back of there. It looks as though I'm going to have to do the exact same thing on this side as I did that side, plus the repair to the door. And we'll carry on. We're back in the shop today, so we'll have something more to show you on the Plymouth for next week. But that's it. It was a little bit of a different kind of week last week. Like I said, we're on the road 7 or 8 days, I think. Just going around picking parts up, delivering stuff, and then, of course, bringing it back. So was last week for ColdstreamRodshop. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing what we got, and look forward to the next steps for some of these projects. So please like, share, tag, and subscribe, and send me your comments, and everybody have a great week. Take care.